Welcome back to the Doorkickers player channel. This is Mission 79 Christmas with the Smiths. I recommend watching this video in 2x speed for your own viewing pleasure. Now, this one took me one attempt, and it's a total of 27 minutes, 27 minutes and 40 seconds, including the replay. Let's go ahead and have a look at the map. Okay, I know what this one is now. So this one is kind of a tough one because you kind of have two options here. I'll go ahead and scroll back and you'll see here that so we have two options for where the operators can enter. So they can enter here, but they could also go around here and start clearing that, right? Now, what you don't see in this corner, which you'll see in a minute, is um, I do believe that there is uh, is there no evidence? Oh no, it's just an arrest warrant, I think. Oh no, it's not even that. It's a hostage rescue mission. For some reason, I thought it was either evidence or hostage or arrest. Gotta wipe my glasses down real quick. Stuff is bugging me. So yeah, so this is a hostage rescue mission. Pretty interesting map. Bunch of different options, as you can see. I kind of went through the different options here. So let's go ahead and watch the replay and analyze from there. Let's go ahead and scroll, lower the volume. All right. Let's put this down to the corner. I think we can zoom in a bit. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and start analyzing. So we've already got here a route laid out. I don't know if that's the route I ended up using. Let's go ahead and start playing it to see if that's the route I use. So it is the route that I end up using. We'll notice a few things here. So I've moved the operators over here, and instead of going in from this courtyard, right, and then clearing the house or the structure, I instead chose to go around where the hostage is and focus on rescuing the hostage. And I mentioned this in previous videos, but in hostage rescue missions, you have two options. You can either rescue the hostage and bring him over to the rescue zone right there, or you could just kill all the bad guys, right? And in the game, they're called hostiles, right? But I like to call them tangos. So nowadays, I prefer to just go through and kill all the tangos for most missions, unless I have a specific reason, like it's a VIP escort or something like that. So for VIP escorts, you still have the option to kill all the tangos and then just rescue the VIP. But I prefer just to rescue the VIP and kill the tangos on the way, just because it's simpler. It doesn't get too complicated. I've seen other people on YouTube just kill all the tangos instead of rescuing the VIP, and I don't think it's smart just because of the amount of like focus you have to put into each and every operator. So I kind of just prefer to focus on one thing and then go from there, unless it's a hostage rescue mission. Hostage rescue missions are super tricky because you could end up accidentally killing the hostage or getting the hostage killed. So I just prefer to try and kill as many tangos as I can beforehand. Another detail that I'm noticing just now. So this operator right here, um, he's got no rifle, and instead he's carrying what are these called in the game? These are called bolt cutters. Not only in the game, that's what they're called. That's what they're called in real life too, right? So this operator is carrying bolt cutters instead of a rifle, and he's doing that so he can match the speed of the rifleman. But personally, I think that a wall blast or like a breaching charge or just picking the lock or breaking down the door works just as well. Essentially, I'm kind of like forfeiting the effectiveness of this operator and exchanging it for, one time tool use, right? So it's kind of like just um it's kind of like using mission specific equipment, right? Let's go ahead and start watching, see what we do here, see what happens. So this is actually kind of risky because if you scroll back, right? So in this position right here, when this guy goes around this corner, you see how he's already past the corner here, but he's not checking the hard corner, right? This is the danger corner. This is the hard corner. I think that's what it's called, right? So dude, as soon as this guy comes past this wall, this guy can shoot him, right? So he should be immediately checking that, right? And this guy should not be the first one past the wall. It should be a rifleman. So we should have had a rifleman go first, check that hard corner after that, or at least wait. Like at least have the guys wait here, either like so or like so, kind of just stack up, right? And then, move around the corner, everyone at the same time. That way, whatever happens, you have rifles downrange. Whereas right now, you've only got a pistol downrange, and he's not even facing the right way. So that's super dangerous. Moving on, no one is facing this door right here, where there could be threats coming from. That's another danger. Additionally, this pistol is the only one downrange in this corner, right? You should have had a rifle guy standing there and then the rifle pointing down that corner so that the pistol guy can creep up quietly behind this car out of danger. Additionally, everyone should be on the same line, right? Because what happens if there's a target, I don't know, there in that corner? This guy can't shoot. This guy can barely see him. This guy can't see him. And this guy's ineffective, right? So waiting, pausing right here before you turn the corner, before you expose yourself, that is a great decision because it gives you the opportunity to move all your operators downrange while keeping them safe. And no one's checking the 6. So that's also bad. And same issue here. If there is a bad guy here or even here, the guy with the pistol should not be the one confronting him. Even if he has a TLE SWAT, it doesn't matter what kind of pistol you have. The guy with the pistol should not be the one whose point. And this is exactly what I mean. We've got pistol, rifle, and 2 operators that can't shoot. What it should have been instead was rifle, rifle, rifle covering that, and pistol covering the 6 just in case someone decides to, pop out, right? But this is where the greater threat is. This is where the rifle should be, not the pistol. Pistol needs to be hiding away in the back. And not because of safety, but because of effectiveness. This guy can't be effective at longer range or even at shorter range. He's just not as effective. So it's just not a good situation. As you can see, it takes multiple shots from the pistol guy. Let's watch that again. Flash out. First rifle shoots. Rifle shooting. Pistol does not know where to shoot. Operators get injured. Now the gore is on a 10 right now, so don't worry about the gore in the video, but that flashbang did close to nothing. It was almost completely ineffective. They might as well just have breached instead of just standing there and getting shot. So here you see we have the same situation. Right, pistol guy is the only one with a with a weapon pointed downrange, and yeah, these guys are going all the way around. You don't need to be doing that. You can just go straight here. You don't need to be going around, right? You can go straight there, and then face that way, all right? So now that we've sort of got them all lined up, now we're just covering our bases here. See, this is a relatively good formation. I would have this guy pause for a split second just to let this guy go ahead and then cover like that, right? But otherwise, this is a decent enough formation. There's a big blind spot right here where there could be tangos that nobody's checking. Nobody's covering. And you see, this is exactly what I mean, right? This is a mistake. This should not be happening. Although what is good is that this operator is super close to this operator, so that way he can kind of deal with any danger coming from that direction. Additionally, you can see an X pattern, and that's actually pretty decent coverage. But this guy should be checking that just because that's a blind spot. When you pass through, you see how there's an X pattern here? This guy should be watching that because he's passing by trying to go that way, but you can be exposed to anything coming from inside the structure. Now that the door's finally open, we still don't have here in the Alpha Bravo corner, we still haven't cleared that corner, right? And you as a and this guy with the pistol, not going to be doing much. Shouldn't be him going through that door. So we're kind of just trying to. So at this point, honestly, we can go even further. As soon as this guy gets here, he should be walking in that direction, but doing the reverse of the way that they should have came in. Right? Because this guy's pretty much going to cover that, right? So this guy can go ahead, team up with his buddy and cover all that. So there's no need for this guy to stay here.
Come with civilian secured. Time to say goodbye. Looks clear.
So now they're collapsing. Poor formation. So, right, so watch this, right? So as soon as they start collapsing, look at that, right? So I forget to cover the interior of the structure, right? And then as we start moving, you can see that could have been a big mistake had we not be already moving, right? Had we not been already moving, that could have been a mistake. But since we're moving and since we've got this operator here covering the interior of the structure, so far so good. He does get a shot off killing one of the hostage takers, but okay. Now, going over this, right? At this point, this dude needs to stop here, wait for his buddy to join him, and then move as a team. You might be wondering why. Well, it's simple because you have a doorway here, right? Threats could come from here. So what you need to do is you need to have one guy go that way, covering that, specifically covering that because threats can still come from there. And the other guy covering this as you pass by, or even just staying here, literally right in front of this door in the fatal funnel because we have another hostage coming out. So we want that operator to take the brunt of the damage. We don't want the hostage getting shot. So keep this operator in the fatal funnel in case any tangos come out of that door. This was a good idea here with this operator just hanging back and watching this door because tangos could come out. Well executed, but a little bit unnecessary. Hmm. This right here, where this operator goes that way, I don't think that that's necessary either because you're not going to have any surprises coming from here. They either would have already come out or they'll come out in a second. This guy or this guy will deal with them. So you don't need to be going that way. Get as quickly as you can that way so that you can cover that while this guy takes the hostage to the rescue zone, right? And this operator should not be staying here. He should have started collapsing right about there, right? This guy can already start collapsing, covering that, moving that way, covering that way, right? And then helping cover that way or even that way. Doesn't matter, but this guy should start collapsing.
On target.
This guy should not be staying here. Get in that fatal funnel, cover that door at all costs.
You're safe now. Thank you. Hostage secured. You're safe now.
So this is a point that I bring up often is the weapons you choose and the mobility factor. The faster your operators can move, the faster you're going to get the hostage to the rescue zone and the faster you're going to accomplish the mission, right? So I would say get the right weapons for the right situation. Sometimes you have to change them, sometimes you don't. Generally, my go to is the Panastroika, which can be downloaded in game. I've mentioned it in previous videos. That's my go to because the fastest weapon that's also extremely effective. Is it the strongest weapon? No. Is it the most accurate weapon? No. Does it have the best fire rate? No. But by far, it has the fastest mobility, which means a lot, right? Because if someone's shooting at you, the faster you move away, the more time you have to essentially great offense. A great defense is an even better offense, right? Or a great offense is an even better defense, or something like that, right? A good offense makes a great defense. It's a soccer term. I forgot what it is. Either way, I saw it in Ted Lasso, I think. And so the faster this guy can get away, he can throw a flashbang, he can throw a grenade, just maybe just chill out here. Don't even engage with them if he doesn't need to, right? So depending on the needs of that situation, mobility plays a massive factor, especially when taking hostages because the hostages are right behind you. They're not going to get in front of you. They're not going to run to a hiding spot. So if you're walking slowly past a threshold like this one, you could end up killing a hostage or getting a hostage killed, right? So depending on the mission, I would say Penestroika is my go-to, but there are some other really good ones. I think the Pandemonium, I think that's what it's called. There are some really good ones. And then additionally, there are lots of silenced weapons that the non-silenced weapon of the non-silenced version of the same weapon is equally as good. And you don't always need it to be silenced. The Panastrika is not silenced, and you don't always need a silenced weapon, right? Silenced weapon does give you a lot of advantage in certain missions, but is not always necessary. Let's go ahead and watch the full replay. This is what I mean. Like the operators are moving super, super slow, and it's just unnecessary.
Flash out! Injured! Injured! Got one. On Charlie. Holding for Charlie. On Charlie. In position. No tangos. Tango down. Who's there? Civilian secured. I got hit. Come with me. Civilian secured. Time to say goodbye. Looks clear. On target. You're safe now. Thank you. Hostage secured. You're safe now. Hostage secured.
So I usually do this beforehand, but I'm going to do it now because I forgot to. I'm just going to show you guys what I usually do. Well, sorry, what I did in my recent attempt of this mission, my most recent attempt. So what I did is I had all 4 guys kitted up with rifles, and I had 2 guys go this way, and 2 guys go this way. And what I did was I just opened this door from the outside and had my guys clear it from the outside because it's a courtyard, right? It's not a hallway, it's not a room, it's a courtyard, right? So you can clear it from the outside as much as you can, move in, and move in. Then I had my guy open this door from the outside again because this is a big hallway, big, well, I guess, living room or lounge area, right? So you don't want to be rushing in that because there's lots of areas of threats. Then both guys, as soon as any direct threat was dealt with, both guys move in this way, clear that super quick, clear that super quick, clear that real quick, and then both guys move down this hallway. As they move down, they get angles on more threats, clear that real quick, right? And then from here, just clear that corner real quick, move in this direction. Then this guy who clears that corner real quick turns back, boom, boom, boom. Well, more like that. And then like so, right? So I'll just go ahead and graph the whole thing, right? So that, 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 like that, like that, and like that, then like that, and like that, then like, nope, like that, and like that, and then like that, and then like that, and 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 then down here, and then clear that while this guy is facing that way. Move up here, Clear that real quick, clear that real quick. Move that way, move that way, move that way, move that way. And like so. Once that was cleared, go ahead and take these two operators and clear that room like so. And then the entire interior is clear. And you don't have to deal with any of the guys in here. No threats coming from the interior of the structure. Right? In the meantime, these guys move like so. Again, both of these guys have rifles, so I'm not too worried about that. Once we get here, of course, keeping an eye on the store, seeing if it opens. I think we throw a flashbang, but I'm not entirely sure. Clear that. Right now, the interior is being cleared, so all the tangos from the inside are being drawn that way, right? So we're not worried about threats from the structure. Move that way. And that way. I don't know if we just broke down this door or if I just blew it up. Not entirely sure. Either way, clear that, and pretty much mission was over because all tangos are dead. So no need to grab the hostages. Mission success, right? So that's what I did in my recent attempt at this mission. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything that you guys want to see in my future videos, let me know about that in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all in the next video.